Hey guys, welcome back to Election Center, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a comparison of my final 2020 US presidential election prediction that I made before the results, before the election. And so yeah, comparing that with the actual results of the election. Of course, there are a few states out there that have like a 3% left to report, I think. I'm pretty sure that every state, except for a few outliers, has reported everything, and I think those outliers have just a small amount left. And yeah, from what I've seen, the Associated Press, they've called every state. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that pretty much it's only a small amount of the vote in a minority of states left to be counted. But yeah, let's just jump into the video here. So what you see on your screen is what my final prediction was. I made this, I think, a couple days before the election, maybe November 1st, I think. And so, yeah, I was going by the system of a solid state. I would fill it in the solid shading. If I thought that candidate would win it by 15% or more, I would use the second darkest shading, the likely shading. If I thought they would win it by between 5 and 15%, I would use the lean shading if I thought they would win it between 1.5 and 5, or just under 5. That would be lean. And then anything less than 1.5, if that was my prediction, I would put it in this most light tilt shading. So yeah, my prediction was that Joe Biden would win with 350 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 188. And in terms of the shading, that's just the standard system that I've seen, maybe with a little bit of my own uniqueness. But yeah, kind of following what I see a lot of other people do in terms of the shading system. But yeah, this is what the actual result was, going by the same shading system. And the final result was Joe Biden winning with 306 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 232 electoral votes. So, yeah, I predicted accurately in terms of the winner. But yeah, obviously I was off in terms of the number of electoral votes, and I underestimated Trump in terms of the shading, the margins, and overestimated Biden. I was predicting Biden would win the popular vote by around 7%. That's kind of what I was basing this off of, I think. He's on track to win the popular vote by about 4 points. So it looks to me like he's going to win by around 4%. But yeah, so nationwide, I was kind of overestimating Biden in terms of the margin by a few points. And so we see here the final map ended up looking a bit more red, right? Donald Trump was able to have pretty solid wins in Texas, Iowa, and Ohio, states that I thought would be pretty close. I thought he would win them. He won them substantially in 2016, and I thought that he would hold on to them, but that they would be more narrow, and they ended up being pretty solid. Same with this second district here in Maine, win that I thought would, it was a very solid win for him in 2016. I thought I would get more narrow this time. It ended up being a bit more narrow, but not as narrow as I thought it would be. And yeah, Donald Trump was able to win two states that I thought he would not win, North Carolina and Florida. He ended up pulling off lean victories in these states, even though I thought they would go to Joe Biden by a little bit. I thought Joe Biden would eke out a victory in Florida of less than 1% and win North Carolina by, I think I recall, I thought he would win by less than 2%. But yeah, the lean classification. And so yeah, in terms of how many states I got right, I believe I accurately predicted the winner of every state except for Florida and North Carolina. Let's see here. Yeah, that puts Trump at 232, Biden 306. So yeah, North Carolina and Florida the only ones I got wrong. So I predicted most of the states accurately. Of course, a lot of states are safe states. Then it comes down to the battleground states. And so yeah, I thought that Donald Trump would not quite be able to crack 15 in terms of his margin in Montana, Kansas, Missouri, Mississippi. He was able to do that in all those states. And yeah, going to the Midwest, I thought Wisconsin would be a pretty solid win of like around 5% for Biden. I didn't think it would be as big of a margin, as large of a margin as the polls were showing. but I thought it would be pretty good. I thought it'd be a 5-point win or so. It ended up being like 0.7 for him here in Wisconsin. I was more accurate about uh, Michigan here, where I thought he would win by around 5%. He won by around a couple of points, I think. Minnesota, I think I thought it would be the same story, a 5-point win. Another Midwest state here. Biden ended up winning by more, I think around 7%. So, yeah, and then Trump was able to have these stronger margins than I expected in Iowa and Ohio. Of course, Illinois and Indiana, more safe states. Pennsylvania here, I was thinking Biden would win by a couple of points. He ended up barely having a tilt win in the state of Pennsylvania of just a decimal percentage here. But yeah, now another state I want to talk about here is Georgia, which I accurately predicted. I don't think a lot of people were quite ready to think that Biden would win Georgia. I made a whole video about why I thought Biden would win Georgia, and I had this whole case to make and whatnot. My take was that basically, Clinton only lost it by 5.1%. Numerous factors, Biden actually making more of a play for the state, better favorability ratings, more favorable circumstances, the state's leftward trend. I thought it would fill up that 5.1 deficit, and he would narrowly take the state. And I was accurate about the prediction. That prediction here in Georgia. I was wrong about some of these other southern states, though, like Florida. I thought I was weighing the different factors, right? I knew that Donald Trump had made inroads with Cuban American voters and Latino voters, but I was also thinking, Biden making inroads with seniors, another major demographic group, key to winning the state of Florida. I thought that would help him narrowly take the state. Overall, when I was just weighing the factors in my mind, just thinking about the different factors, I thought it would ultimately narrowly go to Joe Biden. And it ended up going to Donald Trump by, I think a lot of people were kind of surprised by the wideness of the margin. He won it by, over 3%. By Florida standards, it's pretty good. So, but yeah, that's kind of just a rundown of sort of just contrasting my prediction with what ended up being the actual result. But yeah, what I like to do here is just fill all this in solid colors now, and just see what it looks like when you do that, because it's a different look. But yeah, I'm just gonna switch to everything to a solid color here, just to see sort of the final image here. I like to see it like that, and we'll do the same on the results map here on the results now. And so yeah, now I've switched everything to a solid color. So here was my prediction, and here was the result. So I'll just quickly flip here to let you see. So yeah, I guess it's not going to be too much of a change, because I only technically got 2 states wrong in terms of the winner. Of course, once you get rid of the safe states, that narrows it down a lot. So it was 2 out of a number of battleground states that were really wrong. I mean, the safe states, very easy to predict, obviously. But yeah, I generally say that I had a decent prediction. I got stuff right, like Georgia going blue, and I got a lot of the states right, generally. It's just, I was obviously just a few points, it seems, overly bullish on Biden, and that's pretty much, all that happened. I wasn't entirely right in terms of the positioning of the states in relation to each other. For instance, how much to the right of the nation as a whole states were, and how much to the left of the nation as a whole states were. So, if you had a left to right spectrum and then placed all the states somewhere along that spectrum, I didn't necessarily predict that part of it 100% accurately either. But I don't think there was too much wrong with this prediction. It was pretty good, in my opinion. But it wasn't me seeing the future, obviously. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys this interesting comparison video. And definitely let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments, and tell me if you had a prediction or sort of what you thought would happen in the 2020 election, and sort of how that compared to the actual result. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video and thought it was interesting. And if you like this type of content I make here on this channel about elections, election analysis, all things elections, election history, election statistics, definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel, because my videos are going to be right up your alley if you're into this sort of thing. But anyway, Election Center signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.